Man, let me tell you.
Right?
And it's, it's crazy because I remember when I was a personal trainer, being around being around people trying to work out. I remember me struggling trying to work out, get in shape, and I'm back to that now, trying to get back in shape. But you can lie to yourself and figure out your what I call comfort language. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll start tomorrow. It's just one cake.
Yeah.
It's just one day, right? And I think sometimes without that person in your ear to remind you, no, you said da 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 da, right? You said you would do this. You know what I mean? So I think I was thinking the other day. My wife told me, I think it was either 2 days ago. She said, "Don't talk about it, be about it." And I think you need that. Some people, I think, are uncomfortable with hearing the truth and hearing what they need to hear versus hearing what they want to hear.
They'll justify it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They'll justify anything internally
to make it seem like, no, you ain't got to do all that.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to not eat. Like, you can eat in moderation, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll take a plan that you need to execute.
Mm-hmm.
The standard is not the standard no more.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. And then it's like, what is the actual standard? Because
But that would that would almost have to be the person within has to write the standard and stick to it.
Yep.
Because your standard might not be my standard.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, because even with now that we're going out down that path, it's just because I think you really hit the nail on the head with self-awareness. And some people, I think they'll be in a situation around a group of people, realize, man, I want to work on my finances, but they always doing this or going out or blah, blah, blah. Or, man, I want to start focusing on my credit, or, hey, I want to focus on my family. How does that person, what advice would you give to that person that's afraid to have that uncomfortable conversation and say just these words? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. So I will be transparent and let people know that that's something I'm struggling with as far as being a good steward over it.
Mm-hmm.
But that part of me that wakes up every day and want to put my best foot forward, that's the part of me that always gives me the edge, the leverage to say, all right, we're going to fix it. This is how we're going to fix it. But you got to be real with yourself, because what'll happen is you doing the things of finances, and once it's gone, it's gone.
Exactly.
And then when it's usually gone, you probably like, oh, I could have did this with my money.
Yep.
And I could have did that with my money. I know believers, they big on tithing, and they'll tithe and they'll say, everything gonna be all right, but then you ain't being a good steward over what's left after you tithe.
Exactly.
And really, if you learn how to master that, like, I don't necessarily think if you got a financial problem, you just got a discipline problem.
Mm-hmm.
I won't necessarily say that it's just a financial problem, because if you're not doing things right in your finances, 9 times out of 10 there's other stuff that you have problems in areas of your life because it's a discipline problem.
Yeah.
So I would say to the person, the discipline you is the best version of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, figure out, how can I say no? No is no. Get people involved that care. Let your children know, hey, this is why we not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got a vision for our finances. I would love to have a trust set up for y'all one day.
Yeah.
I would love for us to go on vacations and not have to worry about, where we staying at, or planning the year out. And me, the biggest part with me with the finances, I talk to God like I'm talking to you. So I'm like, God, why not just give me the blessing? Because my heart.
Yeah.
I will give. I don't have it and I give. Right? I'm looking for, who can I bless today? Like, bro, you may not need to bless nobody today. You just need to put this aside.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But finding that discipline, the discipline is everything. And I would just tell that person, you have to write that discipline down. A lot of people don't know what their finances look like. So anything, you got to have a vision for it.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a financial thing, you got to have a vision. This is what I want for me financially. And when you have that vision, then you can be realistic. If I have a vision of this is what I want financially, well, how much money am I making a year?
Yeah.
I might have to change some things, whether it means I got to get another job, I got to work another job, but you doing it with a vision. Some people work 40 jobs and still don't have no money because they don't have a vision of what they're doing. They get the money, they spending, trying to keep up with somebody. I don't care about being rich. I'm the type of person, if you see me out, pray for me, because I don't know what I'm wearing. I don't really care.
Yeah.
That's not I'm not the dress up kind of guy, go get cool or whatever.
'Cause I just want the freedom, man. I want, if me and my wife, or me and the kids, or my mom, if I want to go somewhere, I want to be able to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And the way I look at it now is over the last year or two, I think God has really opened up my eyes to my talents, gifts. People say side hustles, right? If you put the amount of effort you would put in your job stressing over this and that, and to just stay in the course, man. You're seeing so many people, right? That's where your money's going into their
brand,
vision,
yeah,
because they actually stuck with it. So when you say start off with coaching, right, and you had that passion, and now it seems like you're a brother that's big on vision, right? And to me, if you can see it, it's like when you were young. That's my call, right? I think that's one of the worst things that happen to adults or teenagers. We stop having imagination. I think imagination to a child is faith to an adult.
Oh, absolutely.
We just realize, oh, this is the real world, the program. You can't. No, like the fact that you can dream about a new car or whatever, that drives you.
Yeah.
You can tell a person's beliefs, their belief system, their core values by their actions. And as a child, they'll be out there acting like Spider-Man or acting like the athlete. Where does that go? Like, why do you think? And you'll see it even coaching kids. You have to remind them at some age, it's like it just goes.
Yeah. Being around, I feel like it goes wherever your environment is. Because you said it as adults, but I know kids who lose the vision as a child. Mm-hmm. You have some children and they grow up in families like, don't be stupid. You can't do that.
Yep.
You can't be no doctor. Like, they hiring down the street at that factory, you can get on there and get you a good job, get you a good So to some families, that's killed from the beginning.
Yeah.
You're told that you're going to work for this, or hey, go get on at the bank. The bank will take care of you. They got good benefits. Mm-hmm. That's killed. You have other people who live in cultures where the parents saying, hey, you can be this. Did you ever think about having a business?
Yep.
Did you ever think about doing it this way or doing it that way? Or do you not want to go to school? You want to take the money that we saved for you in school and do that? Mm-hmm. It's all about the environment.
You're right.
Because that kills, some children get killed before they are adults. Mm-hmm. And now they're adults just living this regular life. That's my biggest thing about what they call projects or Section 8. Uh-huh. I love the potential there. I find myself even night shift patrolling those areas. Like, I love the potential there because I feel like that if all these people was to find their purpose, it'd be a dangerous place.
It would.
But the trick of it is to make them feel like that you can't and you have to stay here. There's nothing wrong with doing what you have to do until you can do better and get on your feet. Mm-hmm. But when you're mentally trained that this is all I got, I don't want to make a certain amount because they're gonna put me out.
Yeah.
And I laugh all the time because I'm around people in different rooms who say, mom and dad got 500 acres and they do this and they do that. But can you imagine somebody when all they got? Yeah. Where they can't call grandma and be like, can I borrow $20? Like, when you're it. Yeah. So that's their skill. Like, a lot of people talk about Section 8, but can you imagine the fear of having to go out here and get in a home and then make the bill payment and do all. Yeah. That's fear. That's scary to somebody who's just always had to help.
Yeah, because I remember, like, me and my mom, when I was a teenager, we lost our house, right? So we ended up going to Section 8. And it was an experience for me because, for one, I never thought we had a nice home, good neighborhood, front backyard, and gone, right? So I was never one to ride a high horse anyway, but I knew at that point, okay, anything can happen to anybody. But what I realized is some of the kids in the neighborhood never really left the neighborhood, like never went to Walmart, you know what I'm saying? So going shopping for them was going to the corner store and getting like cakes and all that. And then I realized like your zip code can really shape the outcome of what you think is possible.
Absolutely.
Some people, if you say like a black policeman, black fireman, black doctor, they'll look at you like, what? They got them? You know what I'm saying? Because I think, like you said, that's all they've been exposed to. You're right. So that's why I'm glad that we got you on the show where they can see that you've been a coach. You're doing your motivational speaking thing, and now you're a policeman.